transferred over. The camera angle looks different every time we do a setup for the site. Every time it's something different. Oh, volume. Oh, all right. Oh, look at that. Speaking of Salvador Perez, today's his 1,000th career game. Wow. He becomes the 13th Royal to reach that milestone. Orlando Brown. You see what he brought into the facility today?
Yeah.
When he came in? I like that.
The foxtail.
It's his lucky foxtail. And he's bringing it to the Kansas City Chiefs now. Not only is he bringing his talent, his protection, but he's also bringing his good luck charm to Kansas City. I don't know why Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, someone from the Kansas City Star's Twitter just tweeted out a story about Belichick and Brady disliking the NFL rule change, that the number change.
Well, I saw something of why the Chiefs did it is because they were running out of numbers.
Right. Yes. Yeah. They because Joe Delaney's number, they got a lot of retired. Joe Delaney's, I think, is the only number retired. Because I don't think Ring of Honor is the only
That's the
retirement.
only unofficial retired. I think they have multiple numbers retired, but Joe Delaney's is unofficially retired.
Gotcha.
Well, I found out Terrence Marshall Jr. He's like Joe Delaney was his uncle or his great uncle.
Really?
Yeah.
And now the Chiefs won't be able to draft him unless he falls all the way to pick number 58. All right, so here's the numbers that are retired. Number 3, 16, Dawson. 18, Emmett Thomas. 23, Abner Haynes. 33, Stone Johnson. 36, Mac Lee Hill. 58, Derek Thomas. 63, Willie Lanier. 78, Bobby Bell. 86, Buck Buchanan. Wasn't Eddie Kinnison 86?
Was he not 87?
Maybe he was. That's what I'm saying. It's either that or 86. But yeah, they were. He was 87. All right, cool. Crazy. Eddie Kinnison's wearing the same numbers, or Travis Kelce's wearing the same number that Eddie Kinnison wore. Let's see what other Chiefs players are wearing numbers that former greats wore. What's Clyde? 25? Okay, so Jamal, yeah. We made that. Greg Wesley wore 25. Remember Greg Wesley? Shields was 68. Who's 68?
Yeah, I was gonna say offensive line. Who's wearing offensive line?
Brian Waters was 54. I don't know who 54 is now.
When was the last time they retired a number? Because I wonder if someone's going to be next, and who it would be. Maybe it's someone on this team now. Honestly,
Right, playing the quarterback position probably.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if they. I guess you don't want to run out of numbers.
Could Patrick Mahomes go back to number 5 if you wanted to?
I guess he could. That would be interesting though, because he's already made his name with the number 15.
Yes.
Number 5 looks nice, though. I'm a big single-digit fan. I love me my single-digit. As soon as one Chiefs play changes their number, I'm getting that jersey. If it's Tyrann Mathieu number 7,
yeah,
done.
Automatic.
I got it. Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think who. Oh, Patrick Peterson. He's changing his number back to his college number.
Yeah. He'll change.
He's the first player so far to make the public announcement.
Yeah, I'm sure those announcements will come. We'll see. I was looking up some of the players and their college numbers. I mean, Matthew had that single digit. Wonder what Chris Jones.
95.
No, his college number.
Oh, 90. I'm gonna say 90. That'd be kind of cool if it was 00. I don't think 00 is a.
00. It'd be cool if they gave 0.
Yeah, it would be cool. 0 for a quarterback.
I guess now you can have no. That'd be so cool.
So Tom Brady doesn't like it. He put it on his Instagram story. Good luck trying to block the right people now. Going to make for a lot of bad football.
Willie Gaze was number 6.
I didn't.
So
Oh,
I
was
just
it?
on
Okay,
his
linebacker.
numbers, yeah.
Well, here's my thoughts of that then. I don't think blocking was. I don't know. I don't sit in NFL film room game plan sessions when I'm thinking like, do number? Are you protecting based off the person's number or based off the player who's in front of you? Like,
well, now the number can't help.
Yeah.
Because now, if I'm mistaken, everyone on the defensive end, there's certain digits that everyone on the defensive side can wear now.
Yeah, I got the number. Oh, I have it. Where is that?
There's some numbers that probably overlap with all of them. But before, right, your defensive line had to be higher numbers.
So it's
right?
50 through 79 and then 90 through 99. But yeah.
For what?
Defensive lineman numbers now. The rule changed.
Oh.
Those are the numbers now available, which I assume is the 50.
before?
Probably 80 through 90, maybe 90, maybe 80 through 99. Trying to think.
Maybe it was a.
Rashad Breeland was 57, but I guess he was considered a
I
linebacker.
don't know
Maybe.
if they've changed. Maybe it was 90 to 99 was before D-line because it wasn't 80. The only people to wear 80s was wide receivers
Gotcha.
and tight ends.
I'm trying to think of a defensive lineman who wore anything but a 90 through 99 number, but I can't.
Well, if it's
Jared Allen was 69, but that was.
Well, if it's 50, I don't think anyone else on the defensive side can wear. I mean, linebackers, but that's defensive backs can probably wear 50, and then everyone else looks like they can wear anything.
1 through 4. So it's defensive backs 1 through 49. Offensive skill players, so non-quarterback and non-lineman is 1 through 49, and then 80 through 89. Yeah. Offensive lineman is 50 through 79. Defensive lineman is 50 through 79, 90 through 99. And then linebackers are 1 through 59 and then 90 through 99.
So that 50 that 50 can overlap with the two lines and the line. You said linebackers.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's where confusion can come into play.
A little confusion. I really thought. I mean, I guess obviously there was strategy to it. The Chiefs were the big ones who brought that rule, so there was a reason they wanted it, and we see why. But I think there's that cool factor, and I just like single digit numbers. I always like wide receivers that had that 10 digit. I don't know. I just thought it was cooler. Maybe because it's newer. Because we grew up seeing those wide receivers have the 80s, the 8 numbers.
Yeah,
and those were the top guys. And now you can kind of change it, have a little fun with it.
What are the top receivers in today's league wearing?
Now it's a lot of teens.
Yeah.
Honestly, it used to be the 80s. I mean, we mentioned our Chiefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are all the 80s. Randy Moss changed, but he changed to 80. Jerry Rice was in the 80s. Not 280, I'm saying in the 80s.
Yeah, in the 80s. One of those. He played in the 80s. Raj, good morning, our friend. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Thoughts on Orlando Brown?
No, we waited till he came in here.
Oh, yeah. That's a big thing.
We wanted to talk about him. Mark was like, no, we got to wait till Raj is here.
I brought it up, and I was like, we got 0 people watching right now, so we'll wait a second. But officially, Orlando Brown is now a part of the Kansas City Chiefs, and I say officially because he just he's back. He's in the facilities today. If you haven't seen on Twitter already from the Chiefs Twitter accounts and everything, he wore his foxtail, his good luck charm, the foxtail, into the training facility. I assume he's getting his first day on the new job. I'm excited for it. That's the avenue I wanted the Chiefs to go as far as dealing with the O-line situation that they had, and in the left tackle, needing a left tackle. I like the idea of draft. If the Chiefs had kept the first pick, I would have been fine with them drafting a prospect and then signing a veteran on the free agency. But now you don't have to really worry about that because now they went out and got a Pro Bowler. And am I right? Is he a Pro Bowler? Was he all pro or just Pro Bowler? I'll look that up. But
no, he was a Pro Bowler.
Pro Bowler for sure.
Yeah, I tell my mom we got a Pro. Was like, what's the deal with the Chiefs getting these old players? I'm like, Mom, he's 24. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, I mixed Pro Bowl with Hall of Fame.
That's awesome. I love that. She's like, yeah, we went out. Yeah, the Chiefs went out and got a Hall of Famer out of retirement to come play for them. No, it's I like it for both teams. I like that the Chiefs didn't have to give too much capital. A first round this year, a next year's third rounder, and then they gave up a third rounder from this year, a fourth rounder from this year.
Here's the rundown. The Chiefs gave away this year's first round pick, third round pick, and fourth round pick.
Okay. Oh, there you go. So one of the fourth rounds. Yep.
And next year's fifth round pick for this year's second round and the sixth round.
Gotcha. So they traded. Okay, so the next year is a fifth rounder then.
And honestly, if you want to think about it, just to simplify things, you can say the fifth round we're giving them is a little better than the sixth round we're getting because they're both next year. So let's say those kind of cross out. We get a second round. They're getting a third and fourth round. You can argue what is better, getting a second round pick or getting a third and fourth round.
We'll figure out after. We'll find out after the draft just about.
If that's a little better on both ends, they're just a little smidge better. So on both sides, they're a little smidge better. If not, it cancels out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come with us giving the first round pick for who you said Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
2-time Pro Bowler, has played three seasons.
Yes.
Started most of the games. Played
played in every single game.
Top tackle.
Yeah.
That's who they needed. I think it's a great trade once you re-sign Orlando Brown.
Get the new contract.
Once you get the contract.
And that's something that does come with the trade is that he is on the final year of his contract. I think the Chiefs are giving him the franchise tag. They're placing him on the franchise tag this year, correct? I believe. I'm not want to say I saw that, but I like Armand said, has started most of his games. Rookie year started 10 of his 16. After that, he has started every game since his rookie season in 2018. A 24-year-old left tackle. Interesting to see how the contract kind of plays out with Tyrann Mathieu still needing to negotiate an extension and get something worked out there. But as we all know, unless another pandemic happens and there's another revenue loss for the NFL this year, we expect the salary cap to just keep growing throughout the next few years. Every year, actually. It seems like every year after each NFL season, the cap doesn't go anywhere but up unless something like a cut in the budget does take place, just like this year.
Next year because of those broadcasting.
Yes, the new the broadcasting deals that they have signed.
And you look at the offensive line. I was trying to find that tweet. I forgot who tweeted, but it perfectly summed it up. But you now look, whoever's the projected starters, that's a whole new offensive line than played last year for the Chiefs. Of course, you have Niang and Duvernay-Tardif coming back because they opted out last year. But it's still a whole new from the 2020. And then you even look at the backups. You have Kyle Long, who they got.
Yeah.
They got in free agency. So still, even one of your best backups on the interior O-line is
a veteran. Someone who's
a veteran. So
coming off.
I really lost my thought.
A proven player.
Even our backups are better because now our backup offensive line consists of Super Bowl starters who started last year, who should have been backups, but they started last year, right, for our Super Bowl team. Plus, you have whoever you're going to start at the right tackle position between Remmers and Niang, because I'm reading this article.
Yeah.
I think probably Niang, and then so the other one of them, and then Kyle Long. So now our backup O-line is better than who started the Super Bowl.
Isn't that kind of crazy to think? That's kind of wild. We'll see what Kyle Long can do coming out of his 1 year of NFL season break. I found the article that I was trying to reference early on about the franchise tag. It was Chiefs Wire and NBC Sports. Both that came out 2 days ago after Orlando Brown was traded to the Chiefs. That the Chiefs do plan to let him play final year of his deal this year, being this year 2021, and then are prepared to franchise tag him the next year in 2022. So you could get 2 years out of Orlando Brown without getting a contract extension in play this year. But like we said, I think 20 years old, already proven himself in 3 NFL seasons. Let's see what he can do in these next 2 with the Chiefs. but I'm pretty sure he's someone that is worth locking down. Without having him seen him play in a Chiefs uniform yet. Having him seen what he's done in Baltimore, I'm all right with it. Happy Monday, Lily. Got some people in the comments. Mom, they did bring out. Yeah, they did trade for a couple of NFL Hall of Famers towards the end of their career with Marcus Allen and Joe Montana. They had a few of them. And then Andrea, yes, the doctor is back this season. Gonna be fun.
Again, that's
He could be a backup.
and we say this, right? If what's the saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
But if it's what does Brett Veach say? If it's broke, I'm going to fix it, and he did. He got 5 new guys, completely changing. Call it fixer upper HGTV, changing the offensive line. That's really what he did, and kind of moving forward to what will be happening Thursday, and what we'll be talking about a lot on camera and off camera with the draft. It kind of moves down the need for offensive line, and kind of moves up the need for everything else.
So we'll get we're gonna talk. Let's talk draft. But I was thinking Brett Veach kind of planned it out like Squidward. A couple of his alarm clocks broke, so he went out and bought a closet of alarm clocks just in case. He is ready for if an O lineman goes down, and so that kind of goes into our next kind of part of discussion is: do the Chiefs still draft an offensive lineman with either one of those two second round picks? Yeah, that's 58 and 63.
I don't think they have to anymore. I'm not saying they won't, but now it's not a must.
Okay, so who's your top? What's the top position? No, I agree with you. I agree. I think that right now it's.
I do think they will, and they should get an offensive line somewhere.
Yeah.
But now it's not a you have to get it first round, right?
Your first pick of the draft, yeah.
Now you have those 2 second round picks, and then you got They have 2 second round, a 4th round. Is it 2 5ths and a 6th? I think that's what it
two
is.
second rounds,
1 4th.
They have 6 picks this draft. 2 second rounds, 1 4th, 2 5ths, and 1 6th. Yes, the 58th, 63rd, 144, 175th, 181. And 207.
All are pretty late in the rounds.
That's kind of crazy. 3 of the picks were, or 2 of the picks were comp picks, and then 1 was in a trade. So they could have had only 4 picks in the draft this year, but instead they went from 8 to 6. You got your future left tackle, hopefully future the next 2 years. It looks like. But what are you thinking with those? Those picks are so close too that. I don't know as far as trading what Brett Veach would do, but I just like having picks that are close to each other because then you can plan on getting 2 guys right there. But what's your positional value right now? What do you care? If you're going in the draft room, what position are you looking at with that 58th pick?
I was reading around different things, trying to see what other people thought, try to see what we think we need to get back to the Super Bowl, right? But it looks like edge is going to be a big need, right? Something on the defensive side. Maybe look at. I feel like to answer your question, I don't want to not answer your question.
No, that's fine.
I'd honestly look edge or wide receiver if you find that guy at your pick in the second round. Now, very well, we know Brett Veach. He could find his starter of those positions later in the 4th round. The 5th, we've seen it with a lot of players. Snead, right? Snead was a 4th round. 5th round pick.
Yeah, middle round guy.
He was a few injuries away from probably being defensive rookie of the year. I'm not going to lie.
He led the team, and I think he led the team in sacks last year. Led the secondary in sacks. Not led the team. Excuse me. He led the secondary in sacks last year. My bad.
Rajat, I know I am a KU guy. If we didn't already have a running back, I would have liked Puka because I think he can be a steal in the late round, a 6th, 7th round. But we don't need a running back. I don't even want to mention.
But which one do you think pans out? I think
Wire Hubert, the tight end.
He's a linebacker.
Yeah, there's a tight end on K-State that keeps showing up on.
Yeah, I think he's more of a 7th round guy, and Puka and Wyatt are maybe 6th round guys. I think Wyatt is valued a little bit higher than Puka in this draft. I would say Wyatt probably is the best upside though because. Of defense and special teams, I just think there's more room on an NFL roster for a linebacker than there is for a running back because I think we kind of are in agreement where Puka would be a cool 3rd, 2nd running back on a depth chart, but a return guy would probably be his more main role.
I mean, I think he would be fine, but we just already have a running back. And in fact,
Yeah.
I don't want to keep thinking about Puka because I might accidentally convince myself that it wouldn't be that bad if we got him. But I don't think they should mess with that. I do hope he goes somewhere good. I do.
Yeah.
I am confident in what he can do. I think if he's on the right team, right? We saw it with what's his face, the Washington football team running back, right? He played really well this season. He was kind of a later pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blanking on the name.
Washington's running back. Oh man, because I
But
don't
he
really think it's
did
fair.
well. He did well. But those are kind of my needs to answer your question that you said.
No,
I mean, edge receiver, if you have that guy available in the second round. Now, if not, you got other needs, right? And we got other needs that you can grow with. Maybe an O-line. Maybe there is an O-line there if there's no one else available that you want to get with that second round pick. Other needs we've talked about, D-line, right?
D-line, yeah, you mentioned edge, wide receiver. I like the idea of going receiver or linebacker in the second with one of those second picks. I think best player available because
that might be
there's
what it is.
There's gonna, like we said, there's a lot of offensive line talent in this draft, and if they're getting picked pretty early, then if a Creed Humphrey or Landon Dickerson's forced into your hand at that 58 spot, then that's probably who you take, and then you go for best player available with your 63rd pick, and maybe that's a Brown out of North Carolina, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I like him. Dyami Brown, I think.
Yeah, Nanami Brown, or maybe it's Amon St. Brown or is that what Amon St. wide receiver at USC.
Amon St. Brown.
Yeah, I think that's the name. Out of USC. Yep. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's a Jabril Cox out of LSU, who's a local kid as well, and he's having his NFL Pro Day today. Actually, he's rescheduled one.
Great thing of where they might be at. Someone who's going to drop could fall in there.
Yeah.
A DK Metcalf, who people thought was going to go a little earlier, kind of dropped in the Seahawks' hands,
and we let that happen.
And we might not get a first-round talent, but we could very well get, like you said, a Creed Humphrey or a Len Dickerson. And I've been playing around with some of these mock drafts just to see who they could get. And who's the Oklahoma? I remember Brendan was a big fan from Oklahoma defensive guy. I think he's an edge guy.
Oh, I can only think of the cornerback. Trey Brown, yeah.
I would pick him sometimes. So there's one guy in Oklahoma who a couple times was dropping in my lap when I was doing those picks. Or like you said, Creed Humphrey. For some reason, these Oklahoma guys were falling. Ronnie Perkins.
Okay.
He's one guy who seemed like he could have been first, maybe early second. If he drops at that end of second, I don't know if they're going to be trading up. So if he drops there, you can kind of pick the best of, like you said, the best available, the best person who has dropped.
Yeah, it's the best available in the draft. But what's so nice is, like we both kind of said already, there's no necessary need because now you've got your biggest need with this trade. So it's exciting. It's a lot of fun.
Now, if you're saying your positional needs now.
Positional needs is still
what would you say?
interior and
interior O-line,
and then edge, whether it be an outside linebacker or a edge on the line, and then wide receiver. That's who it was, wide receiver. Maybe cornerback is lurking in as that fourth close finish, the third need, because you can never get too many in the secondary.
What's good is
too much help.
We don't have one that we have to get, like we were saying.
Yeah,
get that tackle.
That's what it's
now have
it's out
fun
the
and
window.
get a receiver.
One thing that I will say is that Orlando Brown doesn't solve all the offensive line issue problems, because one issue that involves the offensive line but isn't directly put on them is Mahomes always kind of not wanting to step up in the pocket and kind of roam outside of it. And sometimes, and he's admitted to it, where early on in the play, he will roam outside, and the offensive, and that's where the defensive end is going to be, because your tackles are pushing defensive ends away from you. But if you rush to the outside flush the pocket pretty early on in the play, then it gives those edges a head start, I guess you could say. It gives them it gives those edge and advantage, and it takes away what your linemen are doing. So that's one thing that's got to be fixed still in the Chiefs' offense is not the offensive linemen specifically, but Mahomes needing to step up in the pocket. That way, he is also giving himself more time, adding to what the offensive linemen are doing already, which is their job is to give him more time. So he's got to help himself out in that sense.
But in the end, our offensive line got better.
Yes.
We can maybe even say got much better. But I remember with the Super Bowl, people argued, hey, don't be hard on this line because someone on my Twitter feed was calling them backups. They weren't supposed to be here.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be backups. So
heck, you can go back and sign. Chiefs could probably bring back Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz on pretty cheap contracts, and Fisher's not going to be a guy that's ready first half of the regular season, but he's a guy that, once again, the backups. We talk about the backups being so good. And I feel like on this team you can't have too many offensive linemen. I think double digits is pretty good, but if you want to bring back someone like Fisher to serve behind as a backup and once he's fully ready, or Schwartz, then that's fine too. I got no problem with them adding more to the offensive line.
Raj kind of alluded to it. What are we doing Thursday night? We have the night off.
We're seeing what everyone else does. How about that? That's what's so great. We just get to see what the competition adds to their team. Do the Raiders Raider? Does 5 quarterbacks go in the top 10?
Who trades first?
Who trades first? Who trades second? Does someone trade in the first round like the Houston Texans? What do they do?
I want to talk about this.
Go ahead.
49ers, right? 49ers mentioned yesterday Trey Lance and Mac Jones are the only 2 guys. And I was wondering in my head, why do they keep saying Mac Jones, Mac Jones, Mac Jones? Do you think, what's it saying? Do you think it's white smoke? Do you think they're really trying to have everyone think they aren't going to get Justin Fields and they're going to get Justin Fields? Because
could be.
I still think Fields is in the running to be the quarterback in the Bay Area. I still think that's true, and I'll believe it when it doesn't happen. I'll believe that doesn't happen when they pick someone else.
I think they take Justin Fields or Trey Lance before Mac Jones. I just don't see the 49ers taking him.
You really don't think they take Fields?
No. I'm saying they take Fields or Trey Lance.
Because
Fields, they should take Fields.
Yesterday, something came up that they're only looking at Lance and Jones. Now, I really think they're trying to trick. And now Patriots are saying they might trade up. What if they just ruin the Patriots?
If Justin Fields is still on the board after the 5th pick, then expect the Patriots to trade up. It's gonna be a battle to get him. If there's 4 quarterbacks off the boards after the 5th pick, and Fields is one of the last ones there.
And maybe Falcons are just trying to have a new team.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, they got a new coach. So maybe we know new coaches. Coaches like to get the quarterback.
Yeah.
They want to get their quarterback.
Because remember our tree that we had on the whiteboard?
We have a clean
Owners
whiteboard.
got their GM got their head coach.
This draft coming up, we're going to have a clean whiteboard.
Gonna have to do short lists of potential future Chiefs.
Do we want to talk about other things? Do we want to do a mock draft? I love mock drafts.
If you pull up a mock draft, I'll talk while watching you draft. We can talk while I'll just watch you draft.
Fine, I'm doing it.
Yeah, you can share your screen on your side, right? I just gotta pull it up.
I think so.
What was I gonna say? Well, the Raiders, Bears, possibly if there's a quarterback, because the Bears are in the 20s because they made the playoffs. If the Bears see someone that they like that keeps falling, I could see them trading up into the mid-teens for if a quarterback's there that they like.
Shanahan wants Mac Jones, but scouting department wants Trey Lance. I still think.
Who reported that?
ESPN. It was my Bleacher Report notification, but ESPN.
That would just be very odd, because then you got yourself, as far as someone who's a runner, I don't know, because Shanahan's a very run offense. He likes his running backs. Maybe his offense doesn't involve a quarterback that can run necessarily. Because think of where the offenses that he's worked at: Falcons, Matt Ryan, 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't see the intrigue in taking Mac Jones with the third pick. But if he does, I'm surprised that Trey Lance is ahead of it. There's your white smoke. Look, the white smoke's going to your
I
phone.
don't know. I don't know.
Royals play at 12 o'clock today. Wow, this one's kind of crazy. Look at that. There we go. Royals play at 12 o'clock today. Casey Woso's got their home opener, as Raj has hinted at already in the comments. They take on the champions of the Challenge Cup last year in the Houston Dash. I almost had it right. Right now, Casey Woso stands in fourth place.
The coach said they need to do better on the offensive side. They need to get more. Yeah, they need to get more offensive chances. Rodriguez, I think her name is. She's taken advantage of it so far,
and I'm fine with that because this was a team in the exhibition games that were scoring with ease. Granted, it was against college teams and was it against college? Yes, college against like teams like K-State and KU, but I goal differential right now is -1. They've allowed 3 and forced 2. They've drawn one game, lost the other. But man, the Portland Thorns lead their group, which is Group B. A win today would help them get second place and would help them go into second place in their group. But yeah, I'm not surprised that's what Hugh's wanting more. Is wanting more action on the offensive side because this was a team that showed us in their preseason that they were really good at getting the ball or forcing the ball in the back of the net.
I picked Trey Lance for the 49ers.
Are you doing a mock? Are you doing a first round mock for every team?
Yeah, I thought you said just for me to do it, didn't you?
Oh, I thought you were gonna do a Chiefs 7. No, this is perfect. Go ahead, do you. Let's see who's they got there. Falcons.
Who should Falcons get? Or are
Kyle Pitts. They're getting they're trading back. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you said Kyle Pitts.
They are getting Kyle Pitts because I'm like they are gonna get Kyle Pitts. They are gonna trade back and get. They could trade back and get him if they wanted.
And we now have the Bengals, huh?
They're getting an offensive line, man. They're getting a tackle. They're getting Penny Sewell. Penny Sewell. And now the Dolphins are getting Justin Fields and trading Tua.
You really think so?
That'd be kind of nuts. Why not?
I mean, they say if your guy's there, you get your guy.
You took Trey Lance for...
Yeah, so both Fields and Mac Jones are available.
That's kind of crazy when you have the head coach and the scouting department butting heads about it. Going one way or the other. Look, now you got me falling for the white smoke.
I mean, like it could not be white smoke. Like I could be wrong. Of course, I probably am wrong. But I just think Justin Fields is so good. This is a guy who could have gone to Harvard, so he's super smart. Also, he's played in 2 national title, or he's played in college football playoff games, semifinal games, and he's balled out in them.
Mm-hmm.
And he was even injured in the title game. I just think he's really good.
No,
he's
proven to us what kind of football player how good of a quarterback he is. Excuse me.
And I hope he does well. I hope a team builds around him, does well with him, and I think there are some teams who can benefit with him. Heck, I think Falcons would look at him. He's a Georgia guy. I think Fields is from Georgia.
Maybe hang on, see who wants to trade and see if any of the teams are a quarterback team.
Well, here's who it is.
Needing a quarterback.
Carolina, Denver, Philadelphia, Arizona, Washington, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore. Your eyes rose at Washington. Do you want to click on Washington? And guess what Washington calls? They call South Beach. They say, listen, we're going to give you the 19. We're going to give you the 51.
We'll give you next year's first.
You're going to give us next year's 4th. And we're going to give a 3rd in 2023.
Wow, 2023 third round pick. Look at that.
No.
I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, I don't know how to trade for a number 4 pick, to be honest with you.
That's how you do it.
Wow. Get him.
Because guess what? Justin Fields. Welcome to the DMV.
We did that.
Wow.
Welcome to the DMV. You kill me, man. Welcome to the DMV. Jamar Chase. They get him a weapon, and they get him the best weapon that they can.
So wow, that is crazy. Jamar Chase, the best receiver, or the first receiver, best receiver, whatever you want to say, goes number 7.
Look, Raj is quiet.
Raj is quiet.
I'm at a loss for words. Raj is a loss for
shocked.
words.
Yes, I just traded. What? Put me in the GM department.
Now the Dolphins have like 2 middle first round picks. That's fine. They're
Okay, well, they got
What are the
18
other
and
nine?
19.
wow.
They could always trade back up.
I love back to back picks. I don't think there's anyone there that.
Who does Carolina get? Receiver? Don't they already have 2 top receivers?
Yeah,
Do they?
they
trade?
could trade back too if they want. Wow,
Maybe they do want to trade back.
they all trade back. Did Mac Jones already go?
No, Mac Jones is still there.
Do the Broncos take Mac Jones?
Or is someone going to trade up? Well, then who's Carolina going to get?
Raj says Justin Fields to Washington football team would net betters bank. It would. What does that mean? Does that mean
I don't know,
someone
but
would
I like
profit
it.
off it big?
Yeah, I think because no one thinks he would follow Washington.
Right.
But what was that trade? We gave them 2 first-rounders, this year's second round, and a third round 2 years, and you gave away a fourth. I mean, I think that
A
was
fourth
fine.
in your first.
I think that was good.
Yeah, I don't know how you would do the whole pick trading, but I don't know, man. Who do they take?
I mean, maybe you want them to get a receiver.
Yeah, get a receiver. Yeah. Devontae Smith.
Now Denver. You think they get their quarterback? You think they get Mac Jones?
I think that they trade with the Eagles if the Eagles are interested.
They aren't.
How
Arizona, Jacksonville, New Orleans are, though.
about the Chiefs? Are they interested?
We aren't going to entertain that. Unless Arizona wants to trade for a receiver. Because there have been rumors that Arizona wants to trade up for a receiver. That was a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Arizona wants to play into that? Interesting. Here's a fun list for you from Spotrac. Top NFL career earner from each of the top 10 draft slots. Can you guess who is number 1? Number 10 is Terrell Suggs. He made $108 million. Number 9 is Tyron Smith. 8 is Ryan Tannehill. 7 is Joe Hayden. 6 is Julio Jones. 5th is Patrick Peterson. 4th is Phillip Rivers. 3rd is Matt Ryan. 2nd is Julius Peppers. And this player is the number 1 career earner from a top 10 draft slot in NFL history.
Peyton Manning?
No. He does share a name with them, though.
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning
Wow.
has made the most money over a career as a top 10 NFL pick. $252 million. It's amazing, man. Who'd you draft for the Broncos?
I got
Yeah, and then they take Patrick Surtain. Cowboys take Patrick Surtain.
Well, here was my thing, and I was going to ask Terrell when he comes home. Baltimore now has 2 picks.
Yeah.
What if, and it's funny it worked out this way, what if one of those top 3 receivers is available?
Yeah. And it did happen.
And Baltimore says, hey, Dallas,
We'll give you both of the firsts.
would you do that? I want to ask him, would you do that?
Nah, give him the 99th pick. Give him that compensatory. I don't even know what that means. Oh,
Baltimore said they
Dave.
want a receiver.
All right, give it to him. All right, and now they take Rashawn Slater.
That guy's still available.
Patriots trade up. Wait, who wants to trade? Oh, Raiders trade up.
You really think they trade up for what? For Mac Jones?
For the Mac Jones. No.
That would be crazy.
And give them a future second. And we'll give them a future third. Eagles give them a future third. Or future fourth. They wouldn't take
They
it.
listened to me.
They didn't bite. Wow, look at that. And now the Raiders take Mac Jones. We're just
crazy. We've already done 1, 2, we've already done 3 trades.
because that's what's gonna. I feel like that's like
But we always think it's going to be
people want
exciting.
Mac Jones
Sometimes
that
it's
bad.
just- And then look, Chargers can get their tackle. I kept forgetting about
No.
Darisaw when I talk about tackles. And Elijah Vera Tucker's still available
Maybe the Vikings trade down.
for like.
Maybe Miami trades back in to get Bateman. Or who else is a suitor?
You don't think he would drop? I mean, who else is a suitor?
Yeah. The trade, or because it says 2 teams available, right?
Yeah, it was just Green Bay.
Oh, okay. Maybe Barrett Tucker falls down. Miami gets Bateman. We all sing Kumbaya. Maybe Brad Keller today? Who was on the mound for the Royals? It's no one, because Royals doesn't want to tell me who it is.
You want Miami to get. Why did Miami trade up? Why did we do that?
For Rashad Bateman? I don't know, and they're a suitor.
That was kind of crazy. Now I'm just.
Keller's on the mound. Yes, there we go.
Maybe
Maybe
I'm just going.
that's what I was getting at. Maybe Brad Keller today will come out and
Who do you think
the
Philadelphia
same
needs more? A corner or linebacker?
a head coach.
They get one?
Give him the best corner in the draft. Oh, where did Patrick Surtain? Oh, you go to Dallas.
No, he went to New England.
Wow. And now these guys can get their tackle. Yeah, my bad. Well, we traded back, right?
Yeah, because Washington traded up for Bateman. Now Miami already got their receiver.
Give them Elijah Moore. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, they already got their receiver, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why they would trade. But who's available?
Later rounds. Who's
someone
late?
Would want? Huh? What are you saying?
No, I was saying who's drafting in the later rounds. Do. The Royals have won 58 straight games when leading after the 7th inning. 58, 59.
Really?
One of those. It's one of those. Brady Singer pitched really well. This has just been a good. This has been a good series for the Royals because if you're gonna be the best team in your division, then you have to beat teams like the Detroit Tigers, who are at the bottom of it, and they play the Pirates next, who have actually done pretty well in their last few series. They're at 500 right now, 11-11. But I like the next few games for the Royals, especially today. You take one or two against the Pirates. Maybe you take the 2-game sweep, and then you go on and play the Twins, who are at the bottom of the AL Central as well. It's kind of funny. Them and the White Sox were teams that I thought that were gonna be pretty well right out of the start. White Sox are doing just that, but the Twins and Royals have kind of flipped as far as where they would be at right now. Yes. Raj, you're going with these. You're going with these. I love it. You're gonna wait till
like
July.
That. He's got a point.
He does have a point. Yes, I can't knock that.
Because it's a 162 game season.
It's a long season. Yeah, I don't blame you for seeing where they're at when July comes around. Wow, look at that! Look at that! A+ for Justin Fields. Good job, Washington. That's all right. Screw them. Screw PSA. Wow.
Oh!
Miami, they don't like you. Where they grade the trade at?
Which one? This one?
A-, yeah. Oh, B. That one's B. I was looking at the one that
B
guy.
plus, A-. B-. All right. I mean, that's fine. Wow, that's not bad. I'll take it.
I'm gonna ask you, Raj, what hot Royals start did you see that fizzled out? Because the Royals suck in April usually. Usually they fizzled themselves out before they even get to May.
Let me just take a screenshot of this.
Is why I'm buying into the hype. Right, I'm slowly investing into it. I'm approaching it like Doge. I just put my loose change into that area and see what happens. That's what I'm doing. That's what the Royals are at right now. I give them the loose change and then we'll see what happens. But Nicky Lopez, the fact that he's top 5 in contact percentage, that's very I love that. Oh, and it's official now. The Chiefs have officially welcomed Orlando Brown Jr. to Kansas City Chiefs after the trade, I guess, finally went through today. And he went through those doors.
Did you watch some NBA?
Did I watch any NBA? No.
Starting to get more interesting.
Down the stretch, I listened. So yesterday at work, we were broadcasting the Nets game. I can't remember who they were playing yesterday. 6 around the world. Heat, Suns. They win.
The Suns. Yeah, they won.
I'm over here like, yeah, I had to listen to the game, but I just listened for the commercial.
It was close for 3 quarters.
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching the Royals game. Flipping between them. But
that's what I was doing. Because we get into the Royals hype early. Damn it, Raj.
I still want to take it slow. What?
You know what tomorrow is?
What?
It's a semifinals of something.
The champions. Yes, Raj.
I don't know, man. Screw these teams. The only team I like right now is not PSG. I'm rooting for PSG. Screw the other teams, man.
Well, isn't Mbappe injured? I heard Mbappe was injured.
Well, they play Wednesday, so hopefully he's better. Is he really injured? That's not good when you're going up against Man City.
Well, we got Real Madrid, Chelsea. Hazard is playing against his former team. He's on Real Madrid, and we got the big money clubs in PSG, Man City. Mm-hmm. 2 great games.
Yeah.
I haven't been big on Real Madrid, and my dad was like, "Hey, they still got some top players, top young players."
Benzema.
Raj was saying.
No, he's not young though.
Wow, Raj with the unpopular heated opinion.
You sound like a real casual, Raj.
But I see where you're coming from, though.
No. I consider myself a casual viewer,
but I wouldn't consider you a casual viewer because you've watched and you understand it.
Oh, I see. Someone who's just flipping through channels and seeing.
Flipping through channels wants to see the best teams play year in, year out because there's no punishment.
I don't know, because I think they would still see it as soccer. This is still, because what is a casual fan's biggest thing about not watching soccer? I could watch 90 minutes and it will end in a tie. that still happens when you put some of the best clubs head to head.
They
I
could
mean,
play more conservative. They could play much more defensive,
yeah,
which is what we see in championship games.
so much.
They play defensive. They play
In
conservative.
the second leg games, yes. So yes and no for the being it better for a casual viewer, because yes, because of the names of the teams, I think is what would attract it. But then once they start watching the actual game, I think that those it depends what makes them not watch soccer. We got to figure out the why. Got to figure out the why. Why do you not watch soccer? You don't watch soccer because it's too long. It can end in a tie. All right, well, that's still going to possibly happen when you got top squads going off against each other. Do you just want to see the best of the best? Then perfect. That's going to be the league for you to watch, not Premier League and also like I know time can be a problem because casual viewer, are they going to be watching a game at 9 a.m. on a Saturday, 10 a.m. or 7 a.m. on Sunday? Is that usually when Premier League games come on?
It can be anywhere from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Okay, so there can be
It can
afternoon
be
games
anywhere,
sometimes.
yeah.
All right.
Early afternoon for us. But yeah, I think that is a fair point to make, Raj. Of course, we're against it. I
Mhm.
hope you're against it, but it is. It's pitting the top teams against each other, which a lot of people might think, okay, why is that a bad idea? And that's a fair point. Why is it a bad idea? But you have to understand the structure of that sport in every country except here. You have promotion, relegation. You have earning the right to play in your league. It doesn't matter how much money you make. Somehow Chelsea gets bottom three. Yeah, they're a rich team. They're going to be relegated, right? If somehow West Ham and Leicester City, two non-Big Six teams, get top four, they're still going to Champions League, the greatest tournament, the greatest club tournament in soccer. They earn the right to play. So that's what the sport is based on. Is based on earning the right to play, not buying the right to play. And hopefully it stays that way.
Earning. You get kicked off the field when you lose, not when you don't. Not when you don't show up to a football field and pay a fine to play. No, you show up there with a ball and there's goals. Unless there's a Quidditch team there, then you can play on that field for free. You have earned the right to play on that field until you lose.
Quidditch.
Works the same in basketball. 3-on-3. You play until you lose. Unless there's a Quidditch team that show. You here for Quidditch? No, I'm just kicking the ball around. Oh, we're about to start practice, so you gotta go. And it's
Their
like
practice just running away.
Was there someone dressed up as the Golden Snitch?
Like in the movie in the internship.
Was there someone there painted goals
Great
wearing?
movie.
Great movie.
We are Vince Vaughn fans.
Him and Owen Wilson together, they feed off each other. They're like this.
Vince Vaughn. Fred Claus. When we get to the topic of Christmas movies,
Fred Claus is Armand's number
Fred
one.
Claus is a good movie.
It's a good. No, it is a good movie. I love Paul Giamatti and Vince Vaughn. And a brother. One's Santa Claus and one's not. One's in bed. One was a bad kid growing up. It's a great movie. Just like Four Holidays. Give me one bad Christmas rom-com or Christmas comedy, and
Not Fred Claus.
not Fred Claus. I was gonna say one thing also important to note about the draft is Brett Veach in the press conference actually he had spoke to the media for about 20 minutes before the news came out about the Chiefs in Baltimore making the trade. He had referenced that the second to third round there's some hot zones in the draft, and he referenced those two rounds as being the potential hot zones that he said. So once again, I think Brett Veach is picking exactly where he would want to pick, where he wants to pick, and the trade wouldn't have happened if that weren't the case. But I think the real big win is the Chiefs getting their now left tackle in Orlando Brown, but also something to keep just when you're watching. that hot zone that Brett Veach likes. He likes an area of the draft, and it's that part right there. And so he has 2 picks, kind of 3 with actually, yeah, the 118th pick, I believe. So he's got 3 picks kind of in that area that he talked about that he likes a lot. So, and like we said, no immediate need. This is a good year to where the Chiefs have signed enough veteran players on the offensive side. With the addition of Brown, now kind of solidifies the offensive line and the starters kind of go and the key idea starters, key backups going into training camp this offseason. But now the Chiefs can really draft for growth, players who are going to have a higher upside in years 2, 3 rather than their rookie season, which is great. It takes the pressure off the rookies when they come in. They can come in and just be ready to soak in, be sponges in the film rooms on the field to the players ahead of them. Because like I said, once again, wouldn't mind drafting an offensive lineman that Brett Veach really liked as a person that can grow, because there's a lot of good offensive linemen in that and that are going to be in that room with each other watching film.
Yeah.
A lot of good veterans, high IQ players. They're doing the press conference right now with Brett Veach and Orlando Brown, and he said he's someone that knows the game really well, physical, has the is built like a Pro Bowl offensive lineman, but also has got the mind of someone that's going to be a real great addition to the offensive lineman's room when they get together for films and all that. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to see where the Chiefs go in the draft, because once again, it's not a real concern, because right now I believe that we're just looking for players that can grow this season, learn, sit back and study, kind of like how kind of see if they can take that model with Patrick Mahomes and establish it into other positions and players. Maybe like the linebacker position. Maybe it's the defensive line position. That defensive line depth chart is pretty full right now. They go out and get a second round or early third round or excuse me, second or third round player that can just come in and learn from Frank Clark, Chris Jones, and Reed and Derek Nottie, those types of players. Gonna be great, and Wharton too.
I'm reading this Athletic. Nate Taylor of the Athletic did a mock draft. This might be the first one after the Orlando Brown trade. It's an interesting one. I think he does a few trades here.
Yeah.
Goes from 6 picks to 4 picks.
For the Chiefs? Okay. So he moves up then?
Yeah, he moves around.
Okay.
That second round 58 pick, he gets Jamin Davis, linebacker from Kentucky.
Okay, yeah, the one that
Yeah, it looks like
had a really good senior season.
Davis is a rangy player with a GPS for the football.
I love that.
One of the Athletic writers writes, Dana Brugler, who does like a huge breakdown of nearly every prospect. He has him as the 4th ranked linebacker. So, I mean, that would be good. Looks like there were other defensive players. Jabril Cox was available. Ronnie Perkins was available.
But he went with Jamin.
He went with that.
And I like that because there's a former either Kentucky defensive coordinator or it's a head coach. He is one of the defensive coaches on the Chiefs right now.
All right. And that would kind of fit the mold.
I think he was the linebackers coach actually, but I'm fine with getting, like I said, I'm big on getting a linebacker.
It looks like he trades the next pick to the Texans. He trades down 9 spots.
That's good.
Look, he does it where the Chiefs trade 63, 181, and 207. So it looks like late second round. I don't know. That's maybe a fifth round, early 5th round, and early 7th round. They trade those away. They get 67 and 147. I mean, that's not bad.
67. All right, but
they get 6. Sorry, they traded down 4 picks. They switched 63 and 67. And then the Chiefs got 147 and gave away 181 and 207.
Okay.
And remember, Chiefs have a big gap between their 2 second-round picks and their 4th round pick.
Yes.
So that's not bad.
Matt House, that's the name. He was the linebackers and defensive coordinator at Kentucky before coming to being the linebackers coach at the Chiefs.
And they picked Diandayo Odeyingbo from Vanderbilt. I was reading some things about him. Athletic has him as the 11th best defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
A true developmental defensive end.
Perfect.
Only problem is he tore his Achilles days before the Senior Bowl,
Damn.
which might be the reason he drops. Unique tools, high ceiling DT.
Again, someone that can sit behind this year and doesn't have to come in immediately and have to make even a small impact.
And he keeps trading. He trades with the Buccaneers this time and gets a tight end in the 3rd round.
I'm glad it's not just us. I'm glad the professionals are trading are using their trades.
Tommy Tremble from Notre Dame. A lot of people are mentioning that name. I think it would be a developmental tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Play along Kelsey. 6'3", 241, 4th ranked tight end. I think he can grow both in his blocking and his pass catching.
Daddy Falcon, does that mean Clyde is going to have a breakout year this year? Had a pretty good start to the rookie season. Does that mean he's going to have a breakout year? Chief's going to be running to the left side a lot.
And guess who his last pick is? Jalen Darden, the North Texas wide receiver, a fast guy.
See, look.
Speedy guy.
And he's going to be someone that's there in the 5th round.
Yeah, this one he picked round 4, but he's going to be there. But a lot of people have their eyes on him because I remember in December I was looking at just some college football stats, and this Jalen Darden guy was up there. And he didn't play as many games as all the other receivers, but he had stats like top 10 in college football last year for North Texas. Speedy guy. I would like a 6-foot receiver like we've said.
Yes.
The good thing with this receiving class is if we don't get a receiver 2nd round, I'm still convinced there's Chiefs caliber receivers later on day 3.
Oh yeah, there, and that's what that's why I'm not concerned. Like I said, wide receiver is the 3rd most need I think right now, in my opinion, for the Chiefs draft needs. Now with the offensive line figured out, defensive side is where you start getting other players, get other assets, but. On the offensive side, wide receiver is the next position, but that's 3rd on the worry meter. On the top or on the priority list, I guess you could say, with linebacker and I guess I said interior offensive line. Get yourself a nice little young guard too.
Yeah, he didn't get a guard. He really looked at the defensive end.
Okay, so he
got a
edge, linebacker, wide receiver was his priority list.
It looks like he got an edge and a linebacker. He got linebacker, edge, tight end, wide receiver.
I don't mind that.
The only needs he didn't do was interior line and maybe corner, we mentioned.
Okay.
But
I mean, he was working with 4 picks there, right?
Yeah, he was trading away, so.
Danny says Pringle will step up and take Watkins sacks. I hope so. I'm excited to see Niang play too. My guess is offensive line this year will be Brown, Thuney. Although Thuney's been mentioned at playing a little bit of center, but Blythe that they signed, former Rams offensive lineman, I think will be there, and then the Doctor, Kyle Long, whoever wins out the right guard during training camp, and then Lucas Niang will close it out at the tackle at that right spot. And once again, another big thing, he'll have a veteran guard next to him to be able to help him out. Brown and Thuney, oof. Mahomes' blind side is protected now. It is protected. He should be able to turn around and have open field to run. Use them legs that we use those legs that help get the Chiefs the first down on tough plays where they need it. Trevor Lawrence signed with my kind of closing thoughts. Trevor Lawrence signed with a Blockfolio. Is that what it's called? And then there's a Chiefs player who's getting his salary paid in Bitcoin. I think it's a practice squad or someone who's far down on the depth chart, but he's making $920,000 this year on the Chiefs roster, all in Bitcoin. How about that? I'm gonna look him up on Twitter, see really quick, see who the player is. Sean Culkin. The Kansas City Chiefs will receive 100% of his base salary, which is $920,000 in Bitcoin. He is a tight end on the Chiefs, believe it or not. Tight end.
I mean, that's smart. You put it in something that's not a solid number, something that will always grow. Hopefully, will always grow.
Hopefully, it did. Bitcoin did drop a lot this past week during the weekend. Past week, I think.
I educated myself on some of these some of these crypto stuff. I educated myself late on a Friday night, so I was really tired.
Right.
Learning more about Coinbase and all that.
What are you guys doing on your Friday nights? We're studying up crypto, baby. That's right. Now, there was an article I read yesterday. It said, like, our generation of males have been spending their money on Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches and crypto. It was it was a Twitter article, one of those ones that you see when scrolling. It was there was another thing in there too, but hear that? We're spending our money on Chick-fil-A.
No, we're not.
Remember, it was 4 or 5 years ago. It was avocado toast. That was the big concern. Avocado. Now it's Chick-fil-A crypto.
Listen, I just don't know. I like avocado.
Uh-huh.
I love guacamole. Do I need to put it on toast? I don't know. But it's also something very expensive to buy. Can you just make it at home? I think Lily makes it a lot.
You can make it very cheap at home. Yes.
I'm not a cook, but I'll tell you how to make it. You get an avocado, you put it in a bowl, you mix it around, you put it on your toast. So easy we could do it.
So easy we can do it. And then, of course, the shortage on chicken wings, which is like another food spiraling rumor.
And apparently, did you see those tweets? I didn't even hear about it. The joke tweets against having only limiting yourself to 4 pounds of red meat a year.
Yes, Biden. Was that true? I saw it on Twitter.
The tweets were funny.
Someone had posted a big
it's
steak.
Not like I'm someone who does follow how much red meat I eat. I was always told when I was younger. I don't know. My dad, when I was young, you have like red meat, right? You have steak or beef, right? One day, maybe the next day, eat chicken.
Yeah.
Kind of balance it.
Switch it back and forth.
I mean, the reason you want to eat red meat every day, you can, but then you're gonna face the health consequences if you're just eating a steak for dinner every night and you're working out like we do.
You do.
No, I said like we do. We're just
I was gonna say, you do the working out. New Chiefs Orlando Brown, as this press conference is still going on. This is from Adam Teicher. He tweeted it out. He covers the Chiefs for ESPN. He said Orlando Brown said it's the best situation in the league when talking about playing left tackle for Kansas City. Best situation in the league. Is that?
You do your job, you get credited. That's what it's going to be.
No. I'm thinking what are some of the what jobs come with some big expectations when in the NFL? What jobs come with some expectations?
Playing with top caliber players. Playing not just like on the same team, but on the same side of 11. Your guard, if you're protecting your Brady, your Manning, your Mahomes, your Rodgers, that's big. Because we know those offensive linemen.
Yeah.
We know how great that line was. And you'll get rewarded. You'll get rewarded. And however it is you get rewarded, you will get rewarded. Whether it's wins, money, respect, you'll get it.
Boom. I love it. Raj, I don't know about Antonio Brown. We'll see. He is a free agent. That is a fact.
Good for him.
But as always, we will see you guys Wednesday for another good episode of Coffee's On. Maybe we'll just have like 100 mock drafts done for you. Maybe maybe that whole whiteboard will just be with players that we predict the Chiefs will pick, and then they'll surprise us like they did when they drafted McCole Hardman.
Then we do a little tree because you forget pick 1, pick 2. We do pick 3, right? If 49ers pick him, what's going to happen? If 49ers pick him, what's going to happen?
We're going to have like different multiverses of draft for you.
It's like that little gif from what's it called? The Hangover.
Yes, we'll have the Pythagorean theorem. I don't even know if I said that right. We'll have that. We'll have what's another theorem? What else have we learned? The polygraph theorem.
Do you know the story of is it Archimedes? Eureka! You know that story?
No.
He's in his bathtub and he's playing around. He's trying to see what can float. And then he notices what? I know Raj might notice. He notices, like, I don't even know the freaking story. I'm not going to be able to say it, but he notices something starts floating.
Like one of the ducks, rubber duck?
Sure, let's
Okay.
say it's rubber duck. It really wasn't. But this is like what in old Greece, you know.
Yeah.
He gets so shocked that he found out this thing is floating. He jumps. The story is he jumps out of the bathtub, gets out of his house naked, yells, Eureka!
And there we have it.
There you go. Now you can sleep better.
And his mom took a picture. Eureka! Now I can sleep better at night knowing where the word Eureka comes from.
Okay, we should end this before we just keep going.
See you guys on Wednesday.
See you
Thanks for
later.
tuning in as always and commenting and keeping the show alive like the coffee does. See ya.